I just wanted to talk and have a conversation with my collective, because I feel like there needs to be a change. There needs to be a change. And as somebody that just lost somebody very dearly to them due to gun violence and just this crash out culture, I feel like we really need to talk about it, because it's everywhere. Crash out culture will be the death of our generation. This sense of, I'll crash out about this, I'll do this, I'll do that. Like, y'all don't got shit to live for. Like, and living like that is so crazy. Like, we should not be glamorizing crash outs. We should not be, oh, I wish my man would act like that. He'll come snatch me out the club. He'll come shoot this motherfucker. He'll beat y'all. Like, that's not cute. That's dangerous, my friends. Like, you don't care about nobody else's life because you don't know how to communicate effectively, express your emotions, restrain yourself. So you feel like anybody that's trying me, anybody that's trying the person that I want to be with, regardless of the context, I'm going to crash out. That don't make no fucking sense. It don't. It really don't. And on the girls' end, like, oh, I beat that bitch, I do this, I do that, I'ma cut this, I'ma burn this, I'ma like this. And now I have been on a part in my life where I've burned somebody's shit and I feel like, oh, this is crashing out. Do I regret it? Fuck no. But at the same token, I would never take it as far as hurting somebody, physically hurting somebody for something that is minuscule in the grand scheme of things. I just saw a video on Instagram, and you know they like to just play and blah 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 blah, but it's real. Like, y'all can't just play and put something out there and be a spectacle and not expect people to live by that, because some people live by that. It was a video, I guess a couple was talking, I guess they were arguing or whatever, and a girl just came up and said, hey, I like your shirt. A simple compliment, a simple observation of, hey, that shirt is cool, I like it, I'm going to tell that person I like that shirt. No flirting, no disrespect. It was a simple compliment. And instead of, oh, okay, thanks, da da da, and he said thank you, the girl immediately, what? Punched the camera. Okay, that as a skit, cool, that can be ha ha kiki, but in the grand scheme of things, in the reality of that, that is a reality of somebody. That's something that someone will actually do. And it's like, we can't keep glamorizing that shit. We can't keep acting like that's okay and laughing and liking and commenting, ha ha ha, yeah, I wish, oh, the punch wasn't strong enough. What? Y'all don't know how to effectively communicate your emotions? Y'all don't know how to intake and understand and have discernment about a simple conversation that really means nothing? Why do you feel the need to crash out or create a spectacle around a simple situation with somebody that you and that person know that y'all together? Now I also understand the person.
Shalom, shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'm going to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Those in the gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Fair use, fair use. I tend to make no money or no profit from this particular video. Then I just lost me. This young lady, I guess she goes by the name of Goddess Marie or Goddess Mary. I'm not making any money off this. This is just for educational uses only. And that's it. So basically, long story short, this young lady here you see in the video, it says end crash out culture. It's time to end crash out culture. Stop glamorizing crash out behavior. Now, any Jake that's familiar with crash outs, And we can look it up just because, I mean, we all should know what a crash out is. I mean, we're looking at them in these videos. I mean, these are crash outs, little degenerate little niggas, Kia boys, you know, little grimy ass niggas into the drill rap and all this other madness that you see happening around here. First started by the gang culture back in the 90s. Then you had the, then you had the drill rap. Then crash out culture, just like another form of drill rap, but it's, you know, just more abrupt. Okay, it's unhinged. Okay, like, what's his name? The Sonic Tusami from Dublin, Georgia. Like, niggas like this, these are crash outs. Okay, your Kia boys, you know, your little degenerates. You see them walking around with these backpacks and with these Pooh Shiesty masks on. These are crash outs, man, all right? And they're in every major city. They're in the local hood near you, all right? Everywhere you go, you're going to see a group of little misfits, little ninjas like this, because this is part of the culture. Esau promotes it in rap music, and then, you know, they take it a step further. And before you know it, this is the result of it. Somebody's ramming a goddamn Kia truck through a Target store parking lot, man. And this is why Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai has to put 2/3 of our people to death. All right? It says, the fit and life was crazy. I know you a crash out for sure. Yeah, Jake is, our people are just, they're gone, man. You know, and honestly speaking, this is the product of a single parent household. The black woman. Okay? Keisha, she produces crash outs, man. Because a lot of these little Jakes, they don't know who their fathers are. Or if they do know their fathers, they're probably in jail or dead somewhere. You know? But you crash outs are going to be unalived. Okay? Because Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is just ready to rid the world of this filth. Okay? And these are the 2/3. You know? These niggas will blow you away. They'll blow you away and they'll go get a goddamn 20-piece McNugget from McDonald's, man. And be on the same wickedness tonight. All right? This is the result of our people. You know, a fucking single-parent household. The black woman, she produces ninjas like this. While she's teaching our daughters to scheme niggas, to get the bag, and all those other symbols of wickedness, she's teaching her son to be a straight-up beta male simp cuck. You know, a gangbanger, drug dealing, low life. You know? Now, it says crash out has multiple meanings. To fall asleep, which, you know, that was the original definition. To pass out. To spend a night, yeah, I'm finna crash at your spot. To lose a sports competition in a way that is embarrassing or disgraceful. It says he crashed out in the French Open at the second round. Now, those are not the hood definitions of a crash out. Okay? Now, if we look up crash out in an urban dictionary, it says here to go insane in order to do something stupid. And as we know, mainly Jake males are known to do that. Crashing out. Niggas will crash out over Nikes. Niggas will crash out over vehicles. Niggas will crash out over a bitch. And that's the main one why a lot of niggas are in jail. Niggas will crash out because you looked at them wrong. Niggas will crash out because their favorite sports team lost the Super Bowl or the playoffs, man. So you see where I'm getting with this. A sort of unhinged behavior. Prime example. Jadarius, a nigga, killed someone for stepping on his shoes. Oh, really? He really crashed out? Yeah, that's a crash out right there. You know? Seeing niggas running in stores and stealing shit out, stealing Nikes and jewelry and toilet paper, that's a crash out, man. And like the young lady was saying, she said that's going to be the end of this untoward generation. And Yahweh Shai prophesied that, okay? Because you Jakes are wicked as hell, okay? Crashing out to willingly or unwittingly enter into a situation knowing the outcome would not be good. Prime example, right? Let's say if you got into it, let's say if you lost a street fight with Pookie and you Tay-Tay, and you know that this nigga Pookie is plugged, and you already know if you bring gun violence into it, it's not going to end well. But you decide to go over there and shoot up Pookie all because he beat your ass. Now all of a sudden, you just ignited a war that you can't possibly defend. That's a crash out, man. All right? And Jake is in that spirit. It says, I'm worried about you, bro. You're crashing out. Let this bitch keep talking. I'm about to crash all the way out. Okay? Means to get really mad or upset or lose all your self-control. Slang verb, usually meaning to commit an act which will result in a long prison sentence or even death. Most commonly used in New York City, though not exclusively. One who crashes out can also be called a crash dummy. All right, and as we showed you, the pictures of these males, of these Jakes. This is no, not saying him, but like when you look at these little niggas. Matter of fact, let's go back here. Let's get a little bit more thorough photo. YNC crash out. You know, you look at shit like that. These are crash outs right here. NBKDA shooter. Why the fuck do you even get a name like that? These little GTA playing niggas playing Call of Duty all goddamn day, drinking Kool-Aid from the time they wake up in the morning to night, smoking weed, drinking lean, and then they go out and they create grievousness. The Most High is going to unalive these young Jakes, man. All right, and deservingly so. Because this is wickedness, you know? So, anyway, let's go here. Jeremiah 5, and I'm going to start at verses 23. Because, see, one thing about today, see, back in the day, you was able to get a good fist fight in. You know, you go one-on-one. Worst case, you know, your man's jump in and, you know, you have a brawl. You know what I'm saying? 5-on-5, however. Sometimes you just jump a motherfucker. But nowadays, you put hands on somebody, they coming back for you, especially if they know you. You know, because, see, Jake's pride has got to the point that they can't accept the L. They can't take an L. You know, because the embarrassment and the type of perception that they've boosted themselves in their mind, they think there's something that they're not. So if they take an L, then all of a sudden, you know, they got to get back, you know, because you made them look bad. Instead of just taking an L like a man and redeeming himself to fight another day, he wants to come back and eliminate you. Okay, he wants to unalive you. And mainly a lot of these niggas are unaliving people because of these bitches. You know, you go to a party, you have a dance, whatever. You may have on some new kicks, or you may have a dance off and you may be a little slightly better. You may best him. He'll put you to death, you know, and then spend the rest of his life in prison, you know. And that's the result of a lot of you young Israelites. But it says Jeremiah 5, and I'm going to start at verses 23. It says, but this people have the revolting and rebellious heart, and they're revolted and gone. So Jake is rebellious, man. Okay, means to rebel, means to go against. You see, and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai has had a long dealing with Jake going against him, man, all right? Like today, this is all you see. Niggas in the hood, they're in the hood because they're rebellious. You see, the single mother rate, the baby mama rate, that's all due to rebellion, man. And like I said, Keisha, she create these little monsters, little demons. Crash out coach is real. Kia boys, that's a crash out, man. You know, I remember when we was in Chicago, and brother wanted to go to the store, and he wanted to look for, you know, I think he wanted something to wear. You know, he just wanted like a little outfit or something. So we went to the store and shit. So I'm in there waiting. He got this little snot-nosed, booger-nosed, dreadhead nigga, typical, with the hoodie on. It's 75 degrees outside. You outside with a fucking hoodie on. Dusty-ass dreads, the flip-flops, and the basketball shorts with a backpack. You know what I'm saying? Running through the store, probably stealing shit. And I forgot, this Chicago, I forgot they have a limit in certain places. You come in, secure, like you can't come in yet. I think it's like 20 shoppers at a time. Now, this store has the capacity to hold about 200-300 people shopping at once. But, you know, since Chicago was one of those cities, they let you in 20 at a time because, you know, niggas be in there stealing. So I go in there and I'm walking down the aisle. This nigga, I guess, I don't know, he was paranoid. And a lot of these jakes be pilled up too, man. Okay, a lot of them be off them pills, off the Molly. They be off the Xanax, the perks. Jake is highly medicated, you know. So you just never know. These niggas are unhinged. This is why it's good to steer clear of them. You see some crash outs, hey, Go on the other side of the street, man. All right, steer clear because them niggas got demons on their demons. So I'm going in there, and I walk down the aisle, and this nigga, he walking towards me. He had this look in his eyes like he was up to something, but he was kind of paranoid because I was kind of watching him. I just looked at him, and he kind of looked and kind of, when somebody guilty, they getting ready to do some shit, he kind of stopped in his tracks, and then he looked at him like, oh shit, this nigga security. I just looked at him like, nigga, do what you do. Just get the fuck out my way. You know what I'm saying? And then, he had that little druggy look in his eyes. So I went to the other aisle and I sat on the outside of the aisle waiting on the bro. And all of a sudden I see this nigga dart out the fucking door. I'm like, yeah, he must have took something. But that's a crash out, man. Now, let's just say if I had an altercation with him, ain't no telling what was in his backpack. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he probably had a blicky in there, drugs, whatever, stealing underwear, stealing cologne, stealing toothbrushes. Because this is what Keisha breeds, man. She breeds this culture. And that's ultimately a curse. And we're reading it. It says, but this people have the revolting and a rebellious heart, and they revolted and gone. Neither say in their heart, let us now fear the Lord our power, that giveth rain, both the former and latter in his season, and he reserved unto us the appointed weeks of harvest. But your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins have withholding good things from you. And this is why Jake is in one. Okay, because Jake is wicked, and they rebelled against Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and this is the reason why they're in this predicament in the first place. Okay, crash out culture. Kia boys. And it reads, it says, from among my people are found wicked men. Okay, they lay wait as he that setteth snares, and they set a trap, they catch men. That's what they call setting you up. Okay, and that's a lot of that shit goes down in the hood. Like you would meet a Jake or a chick on a date nap, and everything seems to be fine, but the minute she invites you over our place, all of a sudden some niggas busting in the house and holding you at gunpoint, robbing you for all your jewelry and your money, And then they all go to jail, and then somehow, some way, the bitch gets off, but yet the other men go to jail, not knowing she was the fucking ringleader behind it all. Okay? It's set snares and traps. This is why, Jake, you have to be careful out here. All right, especially when meeting up with these little hood rats. If it's a Keisha that's about that life, hey, think twice before you deal with that. Because like I said, these women, they'll set your ass up. And Jake don't understand the what do you call it? Jake don't understand the benefactor of speaking through things or talking things out, like the young lady said in the video. She said communication is vital, and the scriptures go into communicating. Okay? But it says here, as a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxing rich, and they are waxing fat. Yea, they shine. Yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. Prime example, we're in Chicago, jewelry stores been getting hit up. Shoe stores, like we went to a shoe store out there. And you know what's so crazy about it? They had the buzzers in. And I forgot that they do that. I forgot stores out there. Because when you come out to a place like this, you don't really have that problem for real. I mean, in the hood you do. But for the most part, Kansas City is diverse. It's like a country suburb, though it is a metropolis, and they do have urban shit cities, just like anywhere else. But the people here are more kind of slower. But in a big city like Chicago, I forgot, you still got to ring doorbells and get in a lot of big shops. Because of all that bullshit that goes on out there. But it says here, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, in the right of the needy they do not judge. Okay? Yeah, because like I said, our people are wicked. Now, when you go into the book of Proverbs, I think it's the 15th chapter, first verse, and this is where a lot of Jakes don't apply this wisdom. Because the scriptures is not just here for us to read it and, okay, I read. You have to apply these things, man. And in order for you to apply these things, you have to understand these things. That's why the scriptures say, with all thy getting, get understanding. Okay? Because there's a principle to this, and there's a comprehension behind these scriptures that you must know so you can apply it in your life. Because a lot of people that read the scriptures, they don't know how to apply it because they don't understand it. Okay? Proverbs 15:1, it says, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words store up anger. And this is what you call a nigga moment. Prime example, watch the Boondocks. It was an episode that it was a bald head nigga. And I think it was a nigga with 2 pigtails on the side of his head. And Boondocks, man, that's a hell of a fucking show, man. I can literally get a bottle of wine, maybe some shakar, and drink that shit and watch Boondocks and for a wind down, and I will be entertained the whole night. Because Boondocks capture the essence of a nigga. They said this is a nigga moment. Here, two niggas bump each other's shoulder. And of course, since Jake hate each other, because one thing, Jake, they don't value each other's life. Okay, see, when Jake sees another Jake, he don't value his life. He just like, man, this is another nigga. And that came about in slavery, especially when Jake was getting a buck broken and getting put to death by the slave masters. That put a mindset in Jake like, oh, a nigga's life is useless. So ultimately, when you in the streets, Jake have more of an animosity towards his own kind because he looks at himself like he's inferior. So when he sees you, he feels the same thing. But when he sees Esau, it's a whole different ballpark. This is why you can have a cracker that goes in O Block and he would never get questioned, where you from? What's that? Here, they'll let Esau walk all through that shit. But let you come over there with a certain color hat on. You be lucky to make it out of there alive, man. And that's them curses. And that's what all these jigs do. Esau gets a pass. But it says here, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. A nigga moment. Fuck you looking at, nigga. Fuck you mean when I'm looking at, nigga? What's good? What you want to do? Before you know it, them 3 words right there, you already got a situation on your hand. Because Jake men, they're emotional. And that comes from dealing with the black woman, growing up with the black woman. Because see, what happens is, and what I'm realizing is that men, mainly men of Jake race, they ain't nothing but strong fucking women. That's all they are. They have the mindset of a female. Okay, yeah, they're physically strong and they're built up, and they have the appearance of a man, but they're weak. They have a woman's mentality, man. No judgment, emotional, not thinking things through, get triggered easy, because it's full of insecurity and doubt there. They feel like somebody's always sizing them up. They feel like, it's just the curses is really overtook Jake. This is the reason why you have these situations, man. But it says, in the tongue of the wise uses knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools pour it out. Okay? And that's why Jake gets in trouble, because he does not apply this wisdom. We're in a time now that we got to apply extreme wisdom, and you can't forget where you at, because one situation could turn fatal. Now, I'm not saying let somebody just punk you and have their way with you. Of course not. You do what you got to do. But if it's a situation that can be avoided, then avoid that shit, man. You see a group of niggas with backpacks on and hoodies and dreads and masks on, don't go over there provoking them niggas, man. Just let them do what they do and you go on about your business. You got Jake that be want to police the hood. Fuck all that. Let them niggas crash out and find out what it is later on in life, man. All right? You just make it alive so you can continue to do the work another day. Because one thing about it, in my camp, we disassociate ourselves with niggas. We'll talk to Jake in crossing and passing, or, we talking sports or something. But it's very few Jakes that we actually sit down and really do things with. We just don't operate like that, man. And me being in Kansas City this long as I have, I can count on probably one hand on how many Jakes I actually are really close with outside of the camp. And it ain't very many. Okay, it's like I'm a ghost here. Nobody knows who the fuck I am. This is what shit can't. It's just like we don't know this dude. Who the fuck is he? And that's how it should be. Versus you an idiot and you involved in every goddamn thing. Motherfucker know your name. They know where you live at. They know what car you drive. They know where you work at. It's like you asking for trouble that way. So yeah, we keep our circles tight, man. Okay, because like I said. Verse 15, a soft answer turn away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. And there's a time and place for these things, man. Now, if somebody provokes you and they're trying to offend your person and put hands on you, then you got to do what the hell you got to do. But in the meantime, hey, you see a nigga running out the store with some Nikes on or a Sony headset, don't stop and they let the nigga go. That ain't your shit. Because Jake is totally unhinged, man. All right? Let's go over to the book of Matthews. There's so many scriptures we can go into on this crash out culture, because crash out culture is real. All right. But this is the book of Matthew 24, and this is how you know we're at the end. It says, now learn the parable of a fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth his leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise, ye, when ye see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. It says, but verily I say unto you, this generation should not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth should pass away, but my word should not pass away. And like the young lady said, she said that's going to be the end of this generation, okay? So it says here, this generation should not be fulfilled till all these things pass. So this is the reason why you have this type of behavior, this wickedness among our people, you know? Second Edges 5, and I'm going to start at verses 7. It says, and a Sodomite sea should cast out fish and make a noise in the night, which many have not known, but they should hear all the voices thereof, and there should be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall oft be sent out again, and the wild beasts should change their places, and mistress women should bring forth monsters. Okay, that's these niggas right here. Okay, these little crash outs. Let me see something here. Get a better depiction. Yeah, little grimy ass niggas like this. These are who you call crash outs, man. Okay, crash outs. It started with the drill music. Before you know it, it's gonna be a culture of these little gremlins running around here with pistols. They call them pipes, sticks, toolies, blickies, whatever you want to call it. And this music that they're pushing is corrupting a whole generation of youth. You know, this is why the scriptures say, train up a child in the way he should go. Crash out in the black community. Yeah, they think I'm talking about something else. But anyway, it's kind of going back to this. Academic schools, the younger generation on a crash out culture. Signs you dealing with the crash out. This generation of crash outs. Now, it may be normal to have those emotions sometimes, because sometimes somebody push you to the point of doing that, but nah, bro. This ain't where it's at. Like this dude here, he looks like a crash out. And it's sad to say, oh, what somebody looks like. But that's the typical image of a crash out, man, you know? So, yeah, brothers, this is just what it is. This is the book of Psalm 71, and I'm going to start at verses 3. It says, be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort, that thou hast given commandment to save me, for thou art my rock and my fortress. Yeah, because we're going to need protection from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because eventually this whole society is going to crash out. Okay, especially with this second attempt on Trump. Shit is getting ready to get real, man, because my thing is, if they don't take this man out, something going to happen. But they really trying to get this civil war spark because they want that super bitch in there, you know, to do what she got to do, because she's speaking the elite's language. But it reads, it says, deliver me, O my power, out of the hand of the wicked, out of the hand of the unrighteous and cruel men. It says, for thou art my hope, O Yahweh, thy power, thou my trust from my youth. It says, but by thee have I been holding up from the womb, and thou art he that took me out of my mother's bowels, and praise should be continually of thee. Right, man. You know, because shit, we gonna need Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because like I said, man, things are getting ready to get real quick and real fast, you know. So anyway, I'm gonna end it there. Several more scriptures we can get into, but my mind kind of slips me now because there's so many scriptures we can get into. But I'm gonna end it here, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you were edified. Until the next lesson. Shalom.